Whenever fish are holding tight to cover, you need every advantage to keep your bait in the strike zone longer and ultimately to put more fish in the boat. Humminbird's Mega Live is perhaps the best tool available for pinpointing structure, casting to it with unmatched precision, and monitoring fish as they inspect, chase, and eat your lure. Here are some simple things that you can do to enhance the quality of your Mega Live images whenever you're chasing fish in heavy cover. Well, today I'm crappie fishing, and what I'm doing is I'm pitching just a little 16th ounce jig with a soft plastic to an isolated brush pile. It's sitting in about 13 or 14 feet of water. Now, there are a bunch of crappies using this brush pile. They're really easy to see with Mega Live imaging, but the wrinkle today is that those crappies are absolutely holding tight to that brush pile. I think they're using it for some shade on this bright sunny day. Now I've positioned the boat just downwind of the brush pile, and I'm using my Ultrex's spot lock feature to maintain my boat's position. Now I'm not going to make lots of super long casts. Instead, I'm going to keep the boat relatively close to the brush pile and use Mega Live imaging to help me keep my jig in the strike zone. So what I've done is I've tightened up my forward range to 50 feet, and I've adjusted my down range so it's set just a little bit deeper than the water I'm fishing in. Now, I can use the entire Apex 13 display to monitor the structure, my jig, and perhaps most importantly, the fish. In terms of my settings, I'm running a Mega Live sensitivity of 8, a contrast of 8, and a balanced dynamic contrast, which gives me a pretty nice initial image. Now let's say I want to spend some time tracking my jig, maybe to make sure that I'm actually hitting the target with my casts, or to trigger fish that might be following it. Well, the fastest way to do that is to maintain that base sensitivity and contrast setting, but now switch to a low dynamic contrast. That low dynamic contrast tends to make the edges of the live sonar returns a little fuzzy and might put a little more noise on the screen, but it also makes it much easier to see my tiny jig in real time. On the other hand, if I want to focus specifically on the structure and the fish that are swimming there and clean up some of the noise on my image, I can quickly switch to a high dynamic contrast. Now that's a particularly valuable adjustment to be able to see the fish that are swimming tight to and even inside the brush pile. Now those settings, and especially those quick dynamic contrast adjustments, help me every time I'm targeting fish in heavy cover using Humminbird's Mega Live, and they'll do exactly the same for you.